A Georgetown County teacher is hoping to bring more music into her classroom, saying access to instruments can make a lasting impact on students. Live 5's Abby Walton takes us into the Georgetown County School and this week's Classroom Champions.
At Maryville Elementary in Georgetown County, one teacher is on a mission to inspire the next generation of musicians. She's looking to bring a keyboard lab into her classroom, something she says can make a real difference for the students.
They honestly just mean the world to me. I kind of see myself in them when I was their age.
That personal connection is what's driving her effort to expand access to music education.
I'm requesting about 12 electric keyboards. When I was growing up, I didn't really have access to piano lessons or a keyboard lab, but while I was student teaching a few years ago, my cooperating teacher had a piano lab and she worked on that with her 3rd through 5th grade students, and I saw that it just made a world of difference for them.
She says having access to instruments not only helps students learn music fundamentals, but also builds confidence and keeps them engaged in the classroom.
This really kind of gets them motivated towards wanting to learn an instrument, realizing, oh wait, these skills are actually really important that I'm learning in music. And they even want to join band and choir once they get to middle school, which is definitely the goal.
Now she hopes this goal will become a reality, one keyboard at a time. And here is your chance to become a Live 5 classroom champion for these students by helping to fund these projects. The Donors Choose organization collects the money, then purchases the items that the teacher has requested and sends them directly to that teacher. Now this way, you know that your donation is used appropriately and all donations are tax deductible. Miss Humowitz's project expires on April 18th. So if you'd like to donate, or if you're a teacher who wants to be featured, we could just head over to this web story over on live5news.com. For Classroom Champions, I'm Abby Walton.